I'm just going to say, I'm Mad Mick from the hospice.
Yeah.
Coming back to give you a little chat again. Trying to recruit a few new members. Right, okay folks, here we go again, take two. Just want to tell you a little bit about my life, how I got as mad as this. We're going to show you a few pictures. Maybe we get a few more recruits to come down to the club, because don't think it's called an hospice. Me and my kids, we call it the youth club. It's all about no tears, plenty of beers, have a few drinks, let's all get going, let's have a bit of banter. Don't stand or excuse me, I've got a bad cough. Wonderful, wonderful. I haven't stopped coughing since I've had my Galloways, I tell you. Really good for your chest. So anyway, yeah, instead of sitting at home looking at four walls, watching telly, reading the same books, if you come to a place like this, you make good friends. You know, I thought when I would become less able, I'm not disabled, I'm less able, that you stop there, but I've always been gifted where I could make friends very easy. And I've made loads of new friends here, kept in touch with all my childhood friends, and hopefully we'll show you a few pictures of what I got up to before I was mad. So these are all of me, my younger days, good looking, and that's when my little girl was born. Absolutely magic. Notice the nice flock wallpaper in the background, you don't get that now. In the middle one where I look like Steve Coogan, I've got to say, my son spent 2 weeks under a sun shield in Portugal, would not come out of the sun because he wanted the shade, and all he'd done was sat down, digging holes and eating ice cream. I went home as white as when I came. That's one of my little cousin's boys. Same thing, he's grown up with me, he's like one of my own. Love him to bits. He's handy because he now works on cars, so I get my cars fixed for nothing. Always keep in touch with the younger ones. Once again with my little boy, didn't want his photo done because of the sun. If he can see this now, he's 27. He won't be so shy now, I tell you. That was the ugly one. Don't take after me. This one must have been the milkman's because he didn't look nothing like me, but as time's gone on, he has grown a bit like me. He's got my sense of humour and a smashing lad. I'm proud of them both. Come down now, you see the family's getting bigger. Moved to a bigger house because we just outgrown the other one. We originally lived in Blackfen, bought a little 2 up, 2 down, what was a total wreck. What we ended up doing up and moved out of it because the kids came along. Then we moved into a lovely house in Sidcup, another wreck, but all we could afford. But over the years we renovated it and extended it, and every room seemed to be filled with laughter. The more rooms we built, the more laughter we had. And then we grew into the garden with swimming pools and paddling pools and climbing frames and water chutes. And we was very fortunate. We had fantastic neighbours next door. For 23 years we never had a fence between our gardens. So the kids had double the size. They had the biggest garden in Sidcup to play in. We could play football, play tennis over the broken fence. Their dog would be in our garden. Just, it was so nice because it was all at ease. Barbecues, drinking, sit out in the garden all night, and there was no fence. It was a special house, and unfortunately I had to move when I come a bit ill, otherwise I'd still be there today with the neighbours still there. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, that's where my other little one was born, Dan. That's the lady eldest in the Dungarees, get him out of work early so they can bring a few shillings in. Special moments for me and my wife, so all birthdays, soldiers with the cake, we had them made, we had footballs. Kids in the wheelbarrow, yeah, we got them working, we got them knocking down the garage, and health and safety would go mad if they used to see our house, but it never done them no harm, and they turned out to be bright lads, bright lads. Yeah, this is now obviously when we're growing up and we had a caravan on a beautiful island. We were actually going in for the lovely legs and the biggest chess competition. There was only 3 of us in it, so obviously I won. But yeah, we was on a beautiful island, lays down on sea. It's on par with Richard Branson's Nectar Island really, but you've got to be a bit select to go there. So If you ever do have a chance, please check out Laysdown, East Church and Sheerness. 3 wonderful resorts where you will meet your own kind of people and the odd film star I'll be walking about. It's that kind of place. Kids playing football, yeah, like everyone else, I had to play for the dad's team. Maybe a little bit bigger belly, but great seeing your kids cheering you on and laughing, and give the kids the time to tell the old man what to do. I was forever telling my kids to chase back, run here, chase this, run this. When you've got 2 kids, 8 and 9, and they're saying, Dad, you can't do it no more, you're old, you ain't got it. Then you do feel old then, when your kids are telling you how to play football. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. This one here, that's my wife's sister and my young brother-in-law. Love them both dearly. Debbie, or Betty as I call her, Betty Fish. I've got many names for her. She looks after me now, she's a good girl. Done a fantastic job. As for Paul, well, he just takes over now, where I was sort of being the hub of the family. He's sort of been filling that role very, very admirably. He's taking over, he takes me out, took me down to see the vintage car rally the other week, took me over to Holland for a bit of treatment. Yeah, he stepped up good, he stepped up to the table and top man. Yeah, we used to have a thing to see if we could get in the local paper with a bit of an outrageous photograph. If you can't put your finger up your own nose, whose nose can you put it? You know, it's one of life's little pleasures what people want to ride. I don't know why.
Absolutely.
It brings everyone so much pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, if in doubt, pull it out. That's what they used to say to me, like, you know. Once you can see again, these are all treasured family photographs. Me and my Sue when we was very young, going out, both had hair. Well, I had more hair than Sue then. But special times for us when we were friends that are here and not. Top hat and tails, that was fabulous. My sister's wedding. Pirate hats, we used to go to all the fancy dresses. Yeah, I had to dress up. Wouldn't be the same if you can't dress up. I was at a party and couldn't get no phone numbers, so I ended up going home with the local duck light, but at least I pulled. Even with that dodgy cardigan on, I still managed to pull someone. But I'm in the old Western outfit, Christmas, drinking with some very good friends. Sadly, one of them's not with us. Once again, you'll see me there. I'm on the barbecue. I was always the main cook. Always cooked the first lot burnt and saved the best for me at the end. Let all the people go that wasn't hungry, and then we would just smash into it. Best stuff. Save the best for last. Always the best. Yeah, I think that was my feminine side coming out. That was bought for me by the young lady there. She was actually my bridesmaid, and she actually thought it would go down good at Christmas, me dressing up. The only thing she didn't like is when I knocked on next door and when I asked if they had any peas for us. She thought I was a Roman and threw a bucket of water over me, but that's another side of the story I've got to tell. Another one we got here with my young nephew, who's now a policeman. Funny hats, fingers up their noses. I'm sure if the police force see that, he wouldn't get in, but they're the sort of people you need in the force who can work with people and have a bit of a joke. And he's going to make a great copper. Unfortunately, I'm the other side of the line, so he may end up actually coming and knocking on my door one day. But that was just basically, we was at another football meeting, and the kids put a karate show on, and once again I had to beat the punch bag for a little while, and yeah, I took so many Mawashi Garies and uppercuts and whatever they call them now, and Bloody Marys and Mawashi Garies and Gedan Jerrys, and yeah, I was glad when that night ended because I went home a bit black and blue, but it gave the kids a laugh anyway. That was when I was trying to do me Elton John bit. We went to a fancy dress party and a few of the young girls come in, so I thought I'd make a name for myself and go a bit trendy. All it is, they ended up calling me Bendy in the end, so it didn't really work, but it was worth a try. Every phone number they gave me, they changed all the numbers round, so I ended up phoning the RSPCA instead of getting hold of them. But good fun, another good laugh. Yeah, finally when we did get out of this country and out of all the various establishments, had some fantastic holidays in Spain and Mallorca. Still friendly with the guys now who I went with, and fabulous holidays when you can see the kids get in the sand, get in the old sea, drink all night, no pub hours, no pub laws, and alcohol becomes a big part of your holiday, and the kids absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I look like Stanley and Laura and Hardy, and it always used to go down great. And get a few laughs, and used to do it when we was at various parties and pubs and weddings, and just used to do it, make people laugh really. Trouble is you get too good at it and you end up getting your face don't like it. A few other pictures here. I was at a wedding. I was a very, very nice wedding, one of my friends, and he's absolutely stone rich. He's got more money than the Pope, and we had a nice wedding down in the old Kent countryside, and as usual we had a bit of karaoke, and usually as always people are a bit shy to get up, so as he does, he's chucked me up first and said give us something to get the crowd going, so we had to sing a little song about Alice. Alice? Oh, the F is Alice. I don't know if you know that one, but to get that going at a wedding as the first song, it really made people want to get up and sing, because they couldn't get no worse than that, and at the end they was queuing to sing up.
Alice! Who the fuck is Alice? 24 years this way.
It made the wedding go off with a real good start. My wife didn't speak to me for a week after that, but there's nothing normal with that, and to sit there with a load of people with a load of money, I don't think they've heard many people sing Alice at a wedding. But I sold a few DVDs and a few CDs afterwards, and all went to a good cause. You've seen many photos of my family, of my wife, my two sons, but now I'll show you the star in the sky is my Lucy. You're not complete until you've had a daughter. She is absolutely gorgeous. All these photos of when she was very young, she is with her ironing board and her striped pyjamas on, or whatever they was. Once again, the Larry wallpaper in the background. Here she is again. She wasn't always like this. Many a times I used to come home from work late at night and I'd hear her in bed saying, Dad, drink, I want a drink. And I'd have to get up 2, 3 in the morning, give her a drink, get her back up to sleep. And then obviously when she starts growing older like this one, when we're on holiday, comes to a little girl, to a little miss, still wants everything, thinking about cars at this age, wanting a horse, still wanting everything from me, but it's my daughter. Absolutely love her to bits. Oh, my eyes are just going to turn bright because a young lady's walked in. Great pair now. I'm talking about the candles.
The candles, yeah, I knew it wasn't it.
Candles are bad. Sorry about that, it's one of my bad habits. I think I've got a dodgy eye. I used to have a nice pair of glasses, which I found them in the dustbin. I think someone must have dropped them or lost them, because they work bloody well for me. Well, I've just upgraded to a new pair, and they're called Gucci Ferrucci's. They're real special ones, you know. I come in here with bad eyes. Now, with these Gucci Ferrucci's on, I can see things what the other people can't see. I've even heard a whisper going about that they may employ me as the fire warden now. Because if you can't see fire with these, then you won't see a fire at all. Very stylish, lot of money, cost me the best part of £1,000. A bag of sand, as they say in the trade. Well worth it. Yeah, so when I come to the hospice, I was very fortunate. They sorted me ears out, but they're not quite as good. I'm going to have a transplant as it goes, and I'll show you what they've made for me, because I had to be measured, because they had to go with me glasses, to be honest. The person upstairs who made these for me, these are only temporary ones. I think they must be alright, because he had the same glasses on what I've got. I trust him dearly to make my ears dearly bigger, and then I'll be able to hear as well as see now. So these are all things I can put on my CV for when I become the fire warden. I'll now be able to hear everything, and hopefully I'll be able to get a few more phone numbers from the ladies. I know the two girls all fancy me. I've got 18 phone numbers here, and with a few more bits and pieces and a few nips and tucks, I'll be coming out here like Brad Pitt, I tell you. It'll be full of ladies in here. The other thing I may be doing, I may let me moustache grow. Yeah, give me a little bit more age, because I think I'm looking too young. I just had this little wrap put on my nose to give me a little bit more dignity and a little bit more understanding with the squadron leader, to be honest. I absolutely love it. The guys love it. The only problem is with the women is when you go to sneak a kiss, I usually get caught up in their beard, so it takes half hour to get us apart. But apart from that, it's absolutely first class. Well then guys, it's been absolutely fabulous talking to you. I could stay here for 2-3 hours, hopefully making you laugh. I wish I could be laughing with you. But the truth's at it, I'm getting a bit tired and I'm getting a little bit hot. So, can you undo my coat a minute, please? Thank you. Ah, that's much better. It's the old saying, you can beat a carpet, you can beat an egg, but you can't beat a big pair of tits, I tell you. It's never a finer word spoken here. Can you see these babies? This was another mistake from the hospice. One day I was laying down, and I had a beer, and they brought this flyer around, and one of the girls said, would you like to sign it? So I put my glasses on, and on the top of the letter it looked all official, you know, it said G. I thought, well yeah, that's Greenwich. And then it had a B, and I thought, yeah, that's Bexley. And then it had an H, so I thought, yeah, Greenwich and Bexley Hospice. And then the next line it was saying, what could improve your life? What could make your stay at the hospice better? And I said, well, I really like to see things grow, and I like to see things get bigger. So I thought I was ticking down for a garden allotment. Silly sod I am, I'd actually ticked breast enlargement. So I ended up with these, but when I queried it and tried to say I want compensation, I thought GBH was Greenwich and Bexley Hospice, but it was Great Big Hooters, and this is what I ended up with. So they are not too bad though, because when I want to have a beer, I can usually stick my beer between them. Now look at that. Drink my own beer when I like, with my own Hooters. So perhaps I won't sue the hospice, perhaps I might bear these and at least keep them from the summer anyway and see how they get on. Other than that, this will cost his hospice a few bob, I think. Lovely. It's funny, the more I drink, the more clothes I want to start taking off. But anyway, we're all starting to start taking things off. We've got to start reducing our carbon footprint. We've got to think of the greenhouse effect. So I'm doing my little bit. I'll show you. There we go, guys. That's my bit for the greenies. I hope you've had a bit of a laugh watching this. I'm going to go out now and have my dinner with my friends. And happy Christmas and a happy New Year to all my friends. Mick, this is your life. Thank you.